Welcome to Gardening in Minnesota Zone 4B Live. We are transplanting peppers. I've been doing it already for about a half hour, and I thought, why not go live? Can answer all your questions. So we will find somewhere to set the phone up. Every once in a while I'll pick it up and get a little closer, but I'm not here just to make a video. I actually have to get this done. So right now, I start them in the 6-cell trays. I'm sure you know what those are, and then I transplant them to these. I think these are 2-inch by 4-inch deep pots. I'm not exactly sure. There's 1, 2, 3, 4 times 4, 8. I think there's 32 in a 10 by 20 tray. If you take a look at the roots, you can see that they're not totally root bound yet. We don't have to absolutely transplant them, but they dry out too fast, so I'm transplanting them. And for peppers, I really prefer these 3.5-inch pots. These are the deep ones. These are an absolute must for my tomatoes. But for peppers, the short ones are just fine, but I'm out of both. So now I'm using free pots that my wife must have bought flowers in these. I don't buy plants, I grow my own, but I keep all the pots. If you have room, keep them. Because even if you buy a bunch, which I have done on greenhousemegastore.com, I don't get a dime for promoting them. It's just where I buy my pots at. So this is a chili de arbol, which I'm not super thrilled about. I think I did a short taste test. It's the pepper that Mexican cuisine uses dried in everything, and they are good dried, but fresh they're not that great. And it's real easy to find them dried, and they're not expensive. So I mean, having a few plants is fine, but I have a lot for some reason. I planted what I had, and I didn't have as many seeds as I would have liked, because I ordered some from a random guy on Facebook who I ordered them from last year, and he forgot to place my order, and he was sold out. We have Carolina Reaper right here. We got one person watching. Hopefully that's not me. If you leave a comment, I don't know if I'll see it or not. I'm not sure. Just using my phone. I think everyone who knows about hot peppers knows about the Ed Curry and the Reaper controversy. Supposedly he stole it from somebody else. It was called, what was the name of the pepper? I can't think of it now. But the other guy was just willy-nilly willing to give it away for free, and Ed Curry made a giant company out of it. Now he has something called the Pepper X, which is a secret, supposedly the hottest pepper, but Eh. And I really prefer not these square ones. These are, I don't know what size these are, but these are bigger than 4-inch. The square ones fit in the 10 by 20 tray way nicer than these round ones. But like I said, we're out of the good pots. We're using the ones that I've saved. Kind of got to jam them in here. I have a lot of peppers that need to be transplanted. I think next year I would like to time it better so that we don't have to go bigger than this 2-inch pot. We can just go from the 6-cell tray right to here, and then outside in the ground on June 1st. If you don't live here and you just heard June 1st, that's crazy. Take a look at the weather forecast for zip code 55303. I think it says 38 this Saturday, which is way too cold for peppers, tomatoes, and basil. So it's been 90 all week, and it's still going to be 90 tomorrow and Wednesday. So people think they should plant their tomatoes and peppers outside. If the 38 degrees doesn't kill them, it will stun them. This is a habanero. You can see that this is better than anything you're going to find at any greenhouse. I just went to a greenhouse yesterday and had to walk around and look at their garbage plants that they're selling for $4 or $5 a piece because my wife needed to buy flowers. So like I said, I would rather, this is big enough to go outside. So it would be perfect if we could just go from the 6-cell tray to this, then outside. But it can't sit in here any longer. It needs to be transplanted. This is a habanero, no, jalapeno. You can see it's starting to grow buds. You can't see, here's one. I will pick off the flowers. I won't pick every tiny bud off because it's too much work, but we usually don't want any flowers before they go outside. So the soil I'm using is Happy Frog, straight out of the bag. I have made some videos that I haven't edited yet. I have probably 20 videos just on this YouTube channel. I have another one that I haven't had time to edit because I don't have time. I worked 12 hours today at my job. I was outside working in the garden for an hour. Now I'm doing this. But I made a video where I used the Happy Frog and I added a bunch of stuff to it, and I don't think it's necessary. I would like to make my own potting soil, which is easy to do, but the Happy Frog is the only good potting soil that's reasonably priced at Fleet Farm. I've seen it other places where it's not reasonably priced. But the Miracle Grow, which used to be fine, and they have it at Costco and Sam's in giant bags for $10. is 100% crap now. And I'm not ripping on Miracle Grow because Scott's owns them and they make all sorts of chemicals and that's why people hate them. I don't care about that. I care about the product and it's just not good anymore. It has very little perlite in it, no vermiculite. There's no vermiculite in this. And it's not sifted well. It has giant chunks. When I make, we have an Emerald Giant here. We have one viewer. Come on, we can do better than one viewer. Welcome. I don't know where the questions are. If you've left me a question, I don't know how to find it. This is a green and or red bell pepper. I don't know exactly how many of these I have this year, but I'm trying to grow as many as I absolutely can because in this climate we're gonna get two to four bell peppers off a plant in this season. It just, the bigger the pepper, the less you're gonna get. And I know that, well, it's a bigger pepper, so we're gonna get less, so the yield must be the same. It's not true. The smaller the pepper, if you weight them up, the better yield you're gonna get. So I would like to have about 20 of these. That way we have some to eat fresh and then we can dehydrate them. I don't can or freeze peppers, that's gross. This tray is done. We need to water everything in here before we move on to the next tray. So I am using rainwater from outside the rain barrel. I don't have to. The tap water is fine. It's a well. It's fine for peppers, but I found out many years ago the hard way that it kills tomatoes. It's got too much iron. So that's why I have the rain barrels. This house didn't even have gutters. So we spent, I don't know how much money on gutters. It was like, I don't know, I got a good price of, maybe it was $2,000 or something. So I've spent about $3,000 on gutters and rain barrels so I can grow tomatoes. That's gonna take a while to get your money back on that, but that's fine. It's not always about the money. So I'm just giving these a little bit of water. They weren't dried out at all before they got transplanted. And then we'll just do a few more. It's getting late. Do this the easy way. I'm top watering, not bottom watering. If you bottom water when you transplant, it will not soak up the water. It won't work. Bottom watering is good when the entire container is full of roots. If it's mostly dirt and there's just roots in the middle, you gotta top water. And don't ever water from the top if you don't have to. Peppers, it's okay. Tomatoes, you'll kill them. So we're done with this tray. We'll get another one. we have this tray and a whole nother one to do. I might not even finish this tray tonight. We have 0 people watching. Now we have 1. Let's show you all the peppers. So you can see that one needs to be transplanted real bad. I'm just gonna guess that it's a poblano because they all kind of look like that. Yep, it's a poblano. See that? They do not like being in this tiny container, so it needs to be transplanted. So here is my shelf where I grow everything, and you can see that it holds 4 10 by 20 trays on each shelf, so 12. So I have to time this correctly to have room for everything. There's already a lot of stuff outside. I have a lot of herbs, every herb except basil. Basil can't go out until June 1st here. I have all the herbs outside. I didn't do any flowers this year. There'd be some flowers outside. All the cabbage is outside. All the lettuce is outside. If that was still in here, there would not be room for all of this. You can see the tomatoes. They look pretty damn good. This is a Bonnie's Best, never had it before. We'll go back and finish the peppers. Well, we'll finish as many as we feel like finishing. $8:12. Okay. We don't have to be in bed until 9. So this to me looks like, first of all, it looks like I need to move it over here. It looks like Super Hots. We'll see if I'm correct on that. This one is the poblano. Pretty root bound, that's probably why it's looking like that. And then this flower's coming off. I could take these buds off too, but I'm not going to spend all day cutting tiny buds off. I don't have time. So we're just going to put it in there. I like to keep the soil dry if the plant is going in the bottom. It's just easier. But if I have to put soil in and then put the plant in, it's easier to wet it up and then like make a hole in the middle. Kind of pack it in around there. You don't want it too loose. We have a lot of plants to do. If we spend that much time on each one, we're never going to get them all done. So like I said, these look like Super Hots. I don't know what this is. Habanero. Not a Super Hot, but close. Habanero is like 300,000 Scoville heat units. Ghost pepper is 1 million. And no, I don't eat the peppers just like a ghost pepper, just grab it and eat it. I use them in things to make other things hotter, like you could make salsa with normal ingredients and add 1 ghost pepper. or make hot sauce, etc. This one does not look good at all. We'll give it a chance. Another habanero. I think this one is actually too wet. When you kind of don't water the plants individually, you water the whole tray the same amount of time. Sometimes some of them get too wet. Not much you can do. Only have so much time. So like I said about the homemade potting mix, there's a place close by that makes compost that has a good garden blend. It's half compost, half, I don't know, black dirt, topsoil. I'm not sure what they refer to it as. But then it's screened, so it's nice. So you use 1/3 of that, or 1/3 just compost, 1/3 peat moss or coconut core, or half and half. Apocalypse Scorpion. This one's a super hot. We got 0 people watching. That's not enough. So 1/3 dirt / compost, 1/3 coconut core or peat moss, and then 1/3 half perlite, half vermiculite. And then we need to add in organic fertilizer. It doesn't have to be organic, but I like to throw some worm castings in there. I don't know. I've heard that buy them in the bag at the store, they don't do anything. But Costco sells them, and they're so much cheaper than anywhere else. Another Apocalypse Scorpion. So if there's comments, sorry, I don't know how to view them when I'm doing a live video. So you can see that that looks fine. This does not have to be transplanted, but it's come to the point where it's easier for me if I transplant them just for watering's sake. These Apocalypse really look a lot like a habanero plant compared to other peppers. I don't know. I've looked up the history of them. I don't really remember. I think the seeds came from I can't think of the name of the place now. They're seeds I bought last year, just because I ordered my seeds this year and I didn't get them. The guy forgot. He was on vacation when I ordered the seeds. Wish that he would have just not answered me, then answered when he came back from vacation. But that's what happens when you order seeds from random people on Facebook. I got seeds from him the year before, and they were all correct. They worked. They had good germination rate, and they're way less money than getting them somewhere else. This is seeds I got for free when I went to my local hot pepper group on Facebook and asked if anybody had free seeds. I gave the guy bottle of hot sauce. New Mex Suave, I don't know the name. This supposedly is a habanero with no heat. So, not sure why anybody would want to eat that. I think the University of New Mexico created it. And by created, I don't mean GMO. There is only one GMO plant, and that's for home gardening. That's I think it's a purple tomato. The plants are created by just picking peppers that you like, either by looks or taste, and growing those seeds again, or cross-pollinating them with something else, and then doing that over and over again. It typically takes 7 generations to make it stable. I've about had enough. We'll probably just do this one here and call it a day. This is a apocalypse scorpion. Now, I know for a fact there's a video on my channel showing you a garden tour where if you don't know what the apocalypse scorpion is, I don't remember, but it's on there. You can go look at it right now. Let's talk about subscribing. Now, if you haven't already, you should consider subscribing to this channel. I have tons of hours of footage of videos that I want to make that I just haven't had time to. I was at work for 12 hours today. I was outside working in the garden for 1 hour, and now I've been doing this for about an hour. We're not going to come anywhere near finishing. It's not the end of the world. These plants will make it. They're just going to do better if we get them transplanted, because we have 2+ weeks yet before they can go outside. New Mex Apocalypse. Try and find something else here for you before we quit. For the day, Apocalypse. I have a lot of Apocalypse. Reaper, chocolate, bahutala. I don't know how to say that. And I don't know the difference between a ghost and a bahutala. I think they're the same thing. I have no idea. That's what this one is. I do know that I had a few chocolate. I know I had chocolate ghost last year and a chocolate something else, and I mixed all the chocolates and I made a hot sauce, a fermented hot sauce. I think I might still have some. It was really good. I think all I did was garlic, onion, peppers, fermented for a long time. It was at least 3 months. And then I just dump that in a blender, puree it, and whatever that measures up to be, let's say that's 3 cups, add 3 cups of vinegar, puree for a long time. Like, I take breaks pureeing it because I don't want to burn the blender out. I have a Ninja something or another blender. We've had it for like 10 years. It works. It's not nearly as good as a Vitamix. That is the best blender of all time. They're like $300. Apocalypse. you, New Mix. We'll just grab this one because this is the biggest one here. This is a good looking. That's a New Max. A non-hot habanero. Look at how thick that stem is. Looks amazing. Anyways, I put all of the chocolate super hots, and it made a really good hot sauce. There might even be some left, I'm not sure. Really, really good hot sauce is worth about $10 a bottle. And there's plenty of people willing to sell it to you. So before we call it a night, I'm going to go look real quick to see if I have any of that hot sauce left. I'll show it to you. Move you over here. While I'm gone, you can look at these peppers. So I do have some left. It was chocolate super hots, garlic onion, and a certain percentage of salt. Put in a jar on the counter with a lid that lets air out but not air in. And it sat there for 3+ months. And I would expect this to be a little darker, but this is basically, whew, it smells really good. Tabasco, but 100 times better. And I don't even know if you could find this anywhere. Maybe you can, but this is one of the main reasons that I spend so much time growing these peppers. I mean, if you want to buy these plants, I think they're going for $6 to $10 for this size at a greenhouse. We still have 2 weeks left, so I mean, these plants are going to be a lot bigger in 2 weeks. All right, we'll call it a night. I got a 8:30. Time to go to bed, to get up at 4:30 to go deliver concrete. Like and subscribe. Thank you so much. We're done.